Hi and welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial we're gonna be making this beautiful shirt on our Addi knitting machine, or either the Sentro 48 knitting machine can be as well. I'm going to be using this material here, few stitch markers, a tapestry needle and a crochet hook, 4mm crochet hook, and also the tape measurement to measure one of your tops at home. Okay, I'm going to be using 150 grams of this yarn here. This yarn, it is, as you can see, it's cotton and acrylic yarn mixed together, and it's a yarn for amigurumi. I'm gonna share here for you guys this the same yarn that you guys have in America. It's the same composition, so it is the same yarn. Okay, top's gonna be worked from the top going down, and all 4 pieces are worked the same way. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining for you how to make only one of them and then how to put the whole thing together. Okay, so to start this top, I'm going to cast on with some waste yarn, starting on needle 1, either if you are using the Sentro or this Addi knitting machine, and just casting on like you normally do. Okay, after you finish casting on, just put the yarn underneath here and inside the yarn guide. And then make the 5 stitches. Again, go underneath this part here and then make your way back. I'm making four rows with the waste yarn. Make sure you also pull the yarn with your fingers every time you go through an edge. And then remove this waste yarn, put down in the middle, put your counter back to 0, and then grab the yarn you are going to work with. Leave a little tail on the beginning, and then start working with the new yarn. Okay, because this yarn is made out of cotton, guys, it can sometimes stay up high on the needle, so make sure the stitches, when you are making the stitch, it's always the one underneath is always right on the bottom of the needle. Okay, you have to pay close attention when you are working with difficult yarns so that doesn't happen. Now I'm going to be making 10 rows. This changes for different sizes. Okay, so I made my row number 10 here for the size medium, and then I'm going to, at the end here, start increasing stitches. Okay, I'm going to increase until the number it says in the pattern. For me is 33 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to start counting from here. I have 5 here, and now I'm going to count 6. So I'm gonna go to this position here where it is now, and then making my way back, I'm going to wrap a loop around this needle that didn't have any stitch before, and that's the way I'm going to increase. Okay, as you can see, it's gonna form a loop there, and then repeat the same on the other side. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and so I'm going to be repeating this until I have 33 stitches here. You have to count, okay? Or you can count as you go as well as you make the stitches. As you can see here, I have many more stitches. I have my 33 that it says for my size here now. And what I'm going to do now from here is keep working until I have the total number of rows that says on the pattern for your size. For me it's 100. I'm on row 38 now, in case you wonder. With this yarn here, I think it's a great idea to have some weights because it will work much better since it doesn't have much. It has a little bit of give, but not much. And it works much easier when you pull it. So I think with some weights would work better. It's not a very hard yarn to work with, okay? So I'll keep making my rows and I'll come back with you just to show you the 4 panels that I have, how they look like, and their size, and also how to put them together, okay? And then when you reach the number of rows that you need for this pattern, cut a little tail so you can seam with later, and make a full row with no yarn. And then remove all the stitches with a tapestry needle and a contrasting color of yarn to make it easier to spot the stitches later. So this is our top. It's always good to do stretch a bit so the stitches or they get a little more even. Now here, before we start seaming, place markers on the last stitch that you increased, which is this one. As you can see, there's an extra one here, an extra one. So in the last stitch where the piece is going straight. And then now I'm just gonna quickly show you how to metri stitch. I'm going to be using one of the yarn tails that I left on the bottom. Here in this first one here, I like to just come up this way. Just go to the other side, find a stitch you would like to work with that's more easy to see. I like always this one, so I'm going to be following this line of stitches here and put through these 2 first stitches, these 2 stitches here. And then on the other side as well, going to work through these 2 loops here. Don't pull, just don't pull too much, otherwise, as I said, the loops will be too tight if you pull this too much, okay? Pull just enough, and this is how it's going to look like after. It's a pretty nice seaming stitch. I just wanted to let you know that I finally released my book. It's on Amazon, and it has 16 modern designs that you can make all on your circular knitting machines. For this book here, you need either an Addi King or a Sentro 48. With a Sentro 48 and all these 2 machines, you can make all these designs here. It has 8 types of sweaters and cardigans with all different types of cuts for the neck, okay? It's all explained in the book. Each pattern has its own video as well, so you can look in the pattern and you can also follow a tutorial on the video as well. There's a first pattern, which is this one, that's for very beginners, so all the stitching as well is explained in the book with a lot of images of how to work on the panel mode if you are a beginner and you don't know yet and you want to make your own garments at home, because it's so nice to be able to make your own clothes. That's why I wanted to share everything in this book. So make sure you go to Amazon, the link is down in the description below, and check my book out. It's really nice. And now here, guys, in order to make this stitching a little better, what I did was I just passed each stitch, each one of the loops through a needle like this. And there will be a stitch hidden just here, so put it back there. And do this on the other side as well. You can do that with another waste yarn as well. And then I'm just gonna share the drawing of this stitch that I'm making so you guys understand a little better, but it's simply like this. I'm going to go from there to here and grab 2 stitches this way, like this. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Through this first stitch, and then the second stitch, just like this. And then grab the loop I just made the stitch and the very next loop as well. Then just put through this last stitch here just to make a nice closure. And then you can make a knot. And I'll be covering all of this with crochet. In the next row, we are going to make all around this top. And then once the top's all seamed, all we need to do is flip this over and then bind off the bottom stitches. I'm going to do that with my crochet hook. And just attach a yarn tail. I like to attach here, and you're gonna see why in a second. Just make a knot, and we're gonna hide this after. And then pass it through this one. And with these two here, what I always do in every single project of mine, if you get any other project from any other pattern from Etsy, I like to put the hook through two of the stitches. See these ones on the back here, because it was mattress stitch and it curled in, and make the three together here in this corner. And then now just follow along. Don't make it too tight, so it's loose at the end on the bottom. And so I'm going to repeat this all around, and I'm going to hide the back stitches every time I reach this mattress stitch joining, okay, which is going to be 4 times because I have 4 panels. So just repeat that. Now this is our top, how it looks like. And here on the top you can either leave like this. I think I would like to close this a little more in the middle there. So I'm going to just start right on the top here. Just anywhere really. And make a slip knot on the back. Pull to the front. And we will be working single crochets this time, so single crochet, and then skip one row and into the next one, just like this. Then make the next one and skip one again. So it's gonna skip one every 2 stitches. So, okay, I'm going to do this all around in all of the sides. And then I'll come back just to show you how this looks like. So this was our pattern for today. That's how the finishing came out. I'm really happy about it, that you can't really tell where there's increases here. The stitches are even and nice. I would love to know if you guys worked with this yarn and how did this yarn go for you on your machine. Leave me the comments here, because I've been making a lot of other patterns with this same yarn and I'm really curious to see what you guys thought about it. This pattern's kind of oversized, which I like for my age anyway. And so this pattern link is on the description below, and I calculated for all sizes from extra small all the way to double XL. If you want for any other size, I made a medium size today. So make sure you leave me your like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, like just fast patterns for circular knitting machines. The next pattern that I'm going to leave here, if you have some yarn left of this other pattern, you can make this one. This only takes around 100 grams of this yarn and it's very fast to make. It's only 1 panel. And this will fit all the way to a medium size, okay? So I'll leave the link here. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I see you on the very next tutorial on the next week. Bye!